it's Nicole with Passionate Gardeners here today, and I'm serving up some potting soil for succulents. Here we have just a quick demo of what you can use in your potting soil to sort of lighten the texture of the soil so that it has improved drainage. So this is just typical potting soil that I bought at the local nursery, and then these are some additionals that you can add, and you can see that this is perlite right here, the white. It's so lightweight it's blowing all over. I'm in a breezy spot, so that's one additional amendment, a gritty matter that you can add in. This is lava rock. I think it's 3/8 inch lava rock, like pumicey stuff. So that is great to mix in with this potting soil here, and so is this lava sand. Everything to kind of open up and aid in drainage. So one thing that's the kiss of death for succulents is having them sit in moist soil or not being able to dry out in between waterings. And so since they're so well adapted, that's why they have fleshy leaves or fleshy stems. They're totally adapted to store water in those parts of them. So they really resent and actually rot out with water that's just kind of constant. So we want to speed that up with fast draining soil, potting soil. I'm not going to be using a cactus. Use these little 2-inch pots up. Bye-bye perlite's going in, and the lava rock is going in because we have it, and adding more potting soil, which is already in there, and the lava sand, and I'm going to mix it all up. Now, obviously, those ingredients are not in the proportion, but you can kind of see. Look at this. This is gritty. Look at that. Not even mixed in totally with the potting soil, but look at all that. I really feel good when I feel all this coarse kind of gritty stuff in here, because I know that it's just going to be so much better for these succulents and their roots, the airspace, water moving through it. Let me show you a couple more plants over here. This is a very interesting kalanchoe. It's again kind of a specimen. It could be all by itself in a pot. These little aloes, these tiny little aloes are pretty cool. Aloe Bright Star and Aloe Pink Blush. So I've got a couple of different aloes, and this is an aloe here. I grabbed this. This actually, you can see, kind of it's had a rough time. It needs to be broken up and divided and repotted, and it'll be great to go and cleaned up as well. But this is also another tiny little, a smaller, like lower growing, ground covery type of an aloe. Since we're speaking of aloes, this is called the fan aloe. Aloe plicatilus, and deceptive again because this guy can get to have a big old trunk on it over many years, so it can form a trunk and have these fan-shaped leaves and become quite tall and quite big. So again, the root confining nature to pots, depending on your sizing, will obviously play a role, and so you want to consider that. Obviously this is a very small pot, but let's see what else I can show you. Of course, there's a lot of plants that today we're going to end up dividing and making more of just to get more bang for our buck. I can see if we can break this crassula and we can make it into at least 2 plants. Hopefully that'll stay together. And I've got some other ones down here, another variegated crassula here. I love this one. This one is Crassula perforata variegata, and I can see that, you know, once we break it out of the pot, we'll be able to see better, but we can surely pluck this apart and put little divisions of it into maybe this big pot arrangement behind me. Well, I wanted to show you, we're going to get planting to this really neat bonsai pot, which I found actually on the street. I don't know how I got so lucky, because this is a very valuable pot. I mean, I don't know the price on this, but you can see. I'm going to show you the drainage holes in it, so you can see they're huge. Actually, there's 3. Okay, so what I'm going to do right now is grab these scissors and just cover them with some of this screen that I got at the local hardware store. and I'm just going to put them down. This was not expensive at all. I think I got a foot of this screen. Well, it's aluminum screen. And it was like $2. So those are covered, which is perfect. And I'm going to go ahead and just mix in a little bit. I've already mixed this. I've got the proportions that I want. So I'm just going to put this in. So I added this Senecio. This is sort of my upright, my shrubby type plant. This actually is a 5-finger Senecio, so it's this green shrubby Senecio, and in this, again, the root confined nature of this pot, it won't grow to being the bomb that it wants to be, which is like 4 feet wide and 4 feet tall. Okay, so then we've got this guy here, and this of course is curly, Carassula arborescens curly. Yes, love. Okay, so we've got that. And I'm kind of just making this up as I go, as you can see, sort of not even sure exactly the layout here, but this is what's sort of fun about it, is just kind of, you know, looking at it, eyeballing it, especially for this kind of a dish garden. I mean, I want it to all work. I know these all play well together, and I'm going to try and balance it out, and I think I'm going to call it a Buddha pot. I have a little Buddha sculpture, or a little Buddha piece, which I'll show you afterwards. So what are some things I'm going to do? So some things I'm going to do are, these are it's probably going to open up. Whoa, that barely has any roots. Okay, we'll use that potting soil. Great. Now this has, you can see this Sedum nussbaumerianum. That's what this is, this cool copper tonish yellow sedum, which is really good. Deborah Lee Baldwin, who I've learned so much about succulents from reading her books and watching her video on Craftsy. I think she's great. There's plenty of great people, but she is really, you can learn a lot from her. Of course, that's such a good color combination together. Just as an example, of course, you're on the color wheel and you've got, you know, purple, and the opposite of purple is a yellow. So a yellowy orange. So anyway, I'm going to play a little bit with that and see what we get. I am sticking with, gotta be really careful with the foliage of the succulents. Be really careful. The leaves get bruised and they last forever. So, I mean, you just want to be thoughtful about what you're doing. You can clean up, as I'm doing, you know, as you go or afterwards. Let me just clean this up just a little and pinch out a few of these sort of funky ones. Okay, and positioning, I'm going to make this a pretty tight arrangement. I'm going to leave that leaf even if it's there. We can always adjust it as we go. I was going to break this Sedum nussbaumerianum up, but I don't feel like I'm going to. There's just not, no, I'm just going to leave it as is and reuse the soil because it's great. The things I showed you before are from a Senecio, another 5-fingered Senecio. But take a look at that, the blue versus the green. This is Senecio mandrolese. It's really hard to say, but anyway, it's even hard to spell, to be honest with you. But that's the part of the fun of horticulture. Keeps you on your toes, that length. So moving along with this pot, you can see divided up some of these aloes. Look at these little pups here, so cute. I'm gonna tease them out. I usually wear gloves, but when I'm doing little pots like this and the soil's so fun, I sometimes don't wear gloves. But I can feel like how drying this is. It's like drying with all the pumice and everything. Dries your skin out a little bit. So, and people who do this all the time tend to use things like little chopsticks. And here's a nice Echeveria von Nurnberg. Look how sweet that is. Like everything is just so cute. It's crazy making. I'm gonna leave that there because I don't know where I'm gonna put it at the moment. I'm thinking we broke up some of this crassula here. This guy got broken and he would be fun for filling. Let's see. So we'll be back in a minute as we do more. Okay, so I'm taking some little cuttings and playing with them. And you can see I'm kind of a mess here. It's a little bit of an improv type thing, and less than organized. Maybe you find you'd be in the same situation, but at the end, the truth of the matter is I'm going to have something that I'm going to be really happy with. And because this is coming up with using what I have and messing with it. And I wanted to show you, I think I could give you more of sort of an example than just kind of pulling these apart. I'm going to pull them into little tiny ones too, so just use them individually. If I can get some of the roots out, teasing it. Okay, so we need something. Let's see. I want to go ahead and use some of these sempervivums in the front here to kind of have more of a foreground look, sort of some Buddha. The Buddha, here, I have had this for a really long time, and I'm thinking, you know, of putting it somewhere here, probably actually here could be nice, and having this be like a low ground cover and some trailers. So keeping this sort of a little bit going with bonsai and taking, you know, making a little, maybe it's just becoming a Buddha dish / succulent / miniature arrangement. Because I do have my kind of trees and shrubs, and then in the front I'm kind of going with my flowery ground covers. So that's kind of where I'm headed with this. I'm going to go ahead and play with it and play with these sempervivums and work on this arrangement. So as you can see, it's finished, and I'm really excited about it. This is the first dish garden sort of succulent arrangement like this that I've ever done, and it really wasn't hard at all. It was so much fun to do. I'm going to take it home. I'm going to give it a drink of water. I'm going to put it in a sunny location soon. Maybe not right away. Maybe you can see my senecios are a little bit stressed in the foreground, those cuttings. But yeah, I'm really, really excited about this, and I'll keep you posted on what it's like.